Hey everyone, it's Wingspan TT, the fourth best commentator on YouTube. And if you're watching, you know what time it is. It's time for Magic 2014 Duels of the Planeswalkers. I'm jumping into a match here with, against Square Synth, I guess. And I'm not keeping his hand. Much better. With, of course, Chant of Daya, the Eldrazi deck. Look at this. Eldrazi, big, bad, evil, colorless motherfuckers who wanted to destroy a plane. It's not totally fair. They were kind of cooped up there. I mean, I'd want to destroy whatever the hell I was in. If I was cooped up somewhere for millennia. Some Planeswalkers pissed me off. Those Planeswalkers think they're the shit. They just think they can do whatever they want. They can't. It's not fair. Alright, pretty good starting off here. Got a couple forests, which of course so overpowered. Look at this. I got my Izek guy over there. Got Explore, great card. I love this for acceleration. Play an additional land, you draw cards, I got Fierce Empath here. He can go find me an Eldrazi. I can ramp up into all his dust, which they're not going to be able to do anything about. Explore. I feel like Christopher Columbus minus the slavery. Here we go. Man, you know what? Christopher Columbus was a real douche. Like I can't believe we celebrate his birthday or his death day. I don't even know what Columbus Day is. Is it his birthday? No one actually ever told me that. But he's not a nice guy. Saw his tomb when I was in Spain. I tried to spit on it, but the guards were not particularly keen on that. Alright, here we go. This is a really great turn play. Here we got Scoop Mob. Being your upkeep gets 4 counters every upkeep once you got 5 lands. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be in like a turn. And we got Fierce Empath. So first I'm going to drop the Scoot Mob. Scoot! Not to be confused with Scout from Team Fortress 2, although many people call him Scoot. And now Fierce Empath. Now I got to really think here. Get a creature. Convert a mana cost 6 or greater. I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. I really need something I can actually play. And while I could grab these guys, they're super expensive. I think it's a lot better to grab the Primeval Titan, get ahead in land, get something out early in the game, so I have something on the board. Because otherwise, you know, if I get something 12 and I don't live to turn 12, and you know, playing against Guardians of Light, that is definitely possible. He could give these things like Double Strike and Lifelink and all this crap. Any second now. Do you have Tangle? No. What is... Oh, he's giving that thing. Oh, no. Oh, this thing's going to be huge. Look, what is it? She's going to get that booty. 3-6. She's got it up top. She's got it up on the bottom. But dunk-a-dunk. Right in the trunk. Getting swung at here. Looks like I'll be taking 5 damage. I can deal with it. I got Tangle. Really good. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt. Each attacking creature does it untapped. So I got a lot going for me. I can either tap all his guys out. I can cast all his dust and destroy every... You know what? That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to get him to empty his hand. And then kind of just roll into him. Because the thing is this. If I cast all his dust after I cast Primeval Titan, I lose my Titan. So what I like to do is kind of get him to attack again. Possibly tangle him. Hopefully he plays, you know, depending what he plays. And then get to a point where, okay, then I can cast Titan, or I can cast all dust if he empties his hand out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got this. I might be able to just own the board. I might just be able to own the board. Tangle. Yeah, let's see what he does. He's got 2 cards in his hand. One's an enchantment. One is an enchantment. No, one is not an enchantment. What does he have? What is in his deck that costs more than this? Alright, let me think about this. Do I want to take 5 more damage to face? Because if I use Tangle now... Okay, that's going to be pretty good for me. Or I could use, I'm not going to be able to use next turn because I'm going to be casting Primeval Titan. Alright, I'll use Tangle. I'm going to use Tangle. Don't take the 5 damage. This guy's going to go up to being a 5/5. Something tells me that he has pacifism. He's going to drop in my Scoot Mob. Look at these insects. They're really gross. And hold on a second. They're insects. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 8 legs. Why is this an insect? It's clearly an arachnid. What the fuck, Wizards of the Coast? Get your shit together. Like, seriously. Oh. Damn, that's cool. But it's not as cool. See, some people are like, oh, you should play the Gladeheart first, then play your land, next turn you play Titan. No. Sorry, gaining 2 extra life is not worth it. Titan is the boss. It's like Tony Danza level of bossness. Yeah, I'm just going to swing for the 5/5. Don't need to play this stuff first. Swing with the 5/5. Leave the 1/1 behind. Here we go. And of course, once I have Primeval Titan and the Gladeheart in play, I'm going to be triggering his landfill ability, getting like 4 life a turn. Here we go. Boom. Boom, and I get 2 lands. Now, I did actually take out, what is the name of that land? The unique, the legendary land that makes your Eldrazi costless. I just feel that in general, I don't run enough Eldrazi in the deck to make it worth it to run. So there we go. Yeah, this is gonna be really cool. I'm in a pretty good position. I really don't see he's got one card left in his hand. If it's enchantment, he's gonna draw 2 cards. As long as he doesn't have, yeah, he's not gonna swing into this. He might swing with this. Sees a marshal tap my guy. Then he could just get in 2 damage. I don't know if it's really worth it to get rid of his defense for 2 damage. He still can't block with these things. See, that card is so good. Tangle is so good. Kind of reminds me of wasn't there like a Disney movie? All right, this guy goes up. He just keeps going up. He's just growing up. Now, of course, I won't play this land first. I'll play the Gladeheart first. Then I'll play the land. Then I'll attack with these guys. Then I'll draw more cards. All right, now I'm going to gain. And I did turn the optional effects thing on because I really just, here we go. I'm going to gain a lot of life. This game's over. Square Synth, I'm really sorry, bro. I am really sorry, bro. But I do not see this going well for you. Boom, give me the life. Boom, 19. Let's go over the top, over the top, over the boom, shakalaka, 21. Swinging him with 15 life. He's just going to chump here. Does not have trample, by the way. So, although it is a 9/9, it is not particularly scary. He's going down to 9 life. But hey, he can actually swing back. If he gets Daybreak Coronet, throws it on this thing, it's going to get +5/+5. It's going to become like an 8/11 creature. Spirit Mantle. Throw this on one of his guys. Now, it is immune from creatures. He could block forever on this thing. However, he still will take trample damage from Primeval Titan. But he's going to draw 2 cards now, which is really scary. Can pretty much do whatever he wants. 6, how much land do I got? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 million. And if this board gets scary, all his dust is coming out. Swing with everything, let whatever die, and then all is dust. All is dust. Pyramids are gonna fall. Giant spiky things in the sky. He's not gonna swing. He is not gonna swing. I'm in 21 life. He has no reason to swing. Double striker here. Very scary. I'm quite terrified. And what is he? Why would he do this? Okay, fine. Yeah, I think I can afford to take it to the face. If he attacks with 2/2 every turn, I will die in 0 turns and in forever turns because I got Primeval Titan. This thing goes up. I can't. This card's so broken. Like, excuse me. Who would make this card? In my opinion, it's broken. 2 great options here. Palaka Worm, all his dust. He's got 3/5, 3/6. He's gonna have to block. I might as well. I could even attack with this thing just because. What is he really gonna block this thing? And he can't afford to let 6. He could double block here with the 6, kill it off, and now I get to kill one of his guys. I can't kill that one because it's immune to creatures. I can kill this thing. It's totally worth it. I'll gain so much life, and then I'll just drop Palaka Worm, and he'll be like, "Oh no, Palaka Worm." So this is going in. This is going in. I'll leave this guy behind. I gain some more life. I'm not going to gain life either way. But now I got enough land to like pretty much cast everything in the entire deck. 12 lands. Ladies and gentlemen, going back up to 21, 23. Not stopping at Jump Street. Do not pass Jump Street. Do not collect. Really? Okay, right. It's got protection from creatures. He's going to take 6 to the face. I guess I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, what's so funny is if he left this thing back, he could have blocked it and killed it. So I don't see what his strategy was. He could have killed my giant, and he has an infinite chump blocker here. So I don't really see the strategy, but I'm playing Palaka Worm. Then again, I don't know what the last card in his hand is. I gain 7 life, going up to 30. So my Serra Ascendant right now would be very big if I had one. Oh, she would be very big. A very well endowed Serra Ascendant. Although it may or may not be a guy. Johnny Sunstriker. Only in the set for the furries. And here, Admonition Angels hitting the board. 6/6. Landfall. Whenever he plays a land, he can exile whatever he wants. That is scary, ladies and gentlemen. This thing ends games, as you've seen before in my last Guardians of Light deck video. And by the way, everyone, there is a deck guide at top3tactics.com for Chant of Daya. There is a deck guide for this. So now everything is huge. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to swing with everything, see how he blocks, and then I'm just going to all his dust. And then after all his dust, I'm going to play Oracle of Daya. And that's pretty much going to guarantee I win the game. I cannot imagine he has any way to deal with it. So this should also just give him really hard options. And by the way, people always complain about how much time you have to block. It's true, it is very hard. You don't have enough time to assign blockers. Like, you'll see how fast the timer goes once it actually starts here. Let's see where it goes. So here, he's on timer now. But what I would recommend to people, if you're on the block and you don't have enough time, hit the timer, pause the timer right when they declare attackers, look at their attackers, think about it for a second. People will get a little pissed if you take a lot of time, but it is worth it. He cannot take the 7 or the 6 damage. He has to block it. If I were him, I'd throw the 6/6 here, trade with it. Why? No. He could throw a 6/6 there and the 2/2 on it. Yep, and kill it. Don't tell me he's just going to let it die. Don't tell me that. I will not accept that if I were him. I can't even see what he's doing here. He's gonna just let it sit. He's gonna let the 1 trample over. So he's gonna go down 1 life. He's gonna leave me with the worm. And this thing. And this thing. Okay, I don't understand what his strategy was. So now my question is, I don't need to all his dust. Like, it is absolutely not necessary. So, It That Betrays is looking good. It's looking good. Very cool. He lost his angel. No savior now. My board position is looking pretty good. I got 17, 18, 25, 37, 48, 56, 68 damage on the next swing. Hold on, +4, +2. I have something like somewhere between 80 and 300 damage on my next swing. And although he's got a lot of stuff coming in, and he's got 9/11, never going to forget this thing. Never forget. Never forget. Core Spirit Dancer. Never forget. The other thing I could do, of course, is just use all his dust. He's just going to swing in for lethal. He's going to swing in on Suicidal. Could use all his dust, make him sack everything, and then just swing in with It That Betrays. Just to steal his shit. But it's not strictly necessary. I got the Plow under. This game is well over. GG! And of course, everyone likes to complain that Wingspan doesn't play enough games in one sitting, so I will go into a second sitting here. I get more of these things. They're going to play. Then this thing. Then he has to sack things. And he sacks all his permanents. And I get all his permanents because It That Betrays is evil. Yep. Boom. Yeah, I'll take that guy. I'll take that guy. There we go. And he doesn't block. Alright, let's go into game 2. Game 2. We'll do the best 2 out of 3. Maybe Squaresynth will get lucky next time. He could have had me if he had luckier draws. I really drew into really good stuff. And I was a little puzzled by some of his blocking choices, but hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to kick people's asses. Wingspan TT. That's my name. Alright, let's go. Let's go. It's time to duel. Time to duel. The only deck, by the way, that there is not a deck guide for right now at Touch Your Tactics. I do not have a deck guide for the Illusions deck. You don't need one. The deck's really good, okay? I'm not writing a guide for it. If I write one, it's just probably going to be a satirical guide that just gives people bad advice. The deck is like Goblins 2.0. You think Avacyn's Glory is good? Well, Avacyn's Glory is good. It does have weaknesses. If Avacyn's Glory gets in top deck mode, it's basically in trouble. Not necessarily the case. Not necessarily the case for the Illusions deck. I don't even know what it's called because I refuse to play with it. And my one writer on the website, Taraka, he was like, I refuse to write a deck guide for that deck. So Wingspan, I don't care how much you pay me, I'm not gonna write it. So then I like gave him a number. He's like, still not gonna write it. Then I doubled number. Still not gonna write it. This guy's got conviction. Or he's independently wealthy. I believe he's from Switzerland, so that is definitely a realistic option. Did go to Switzerland once. It was kind of like a really pretty ghost town. There's no one there. Everything looks really neat, really rich. You know, there's just like BMWs and Maseratis and Mercedes-Benzes just driving themselves around. Alright, so he's going to draw a card, and this thing's going to become big. Got it. Green Sun Zenith, by the way, really good. Switch your library for a green creature card. Convert it, cost X or less. Put it directly on the battlefield. Because love is like a battlefield. So next turn I have 5. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get Oracle of Moldaya out. Just put it directly on the battlefield. Farhaven Elf, also good. Or I'll just wait a turn and ramp. Then I can just kind of like, I can go get Titan. So I'll do that instead. Swing in here for 2. So next turn what I'll do is, because this guy will ramp me up a land. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have 7 land in play. And I can go get a Titan. Put 2 lands into play. I'll gain 4 life off the Glade Heart. A good time will be had by me. Yes, gaining life. And people always ask, Wingspan, why are life gaining cards bad? How come you don't use any of those Staff of the Magi, anything like that? Life gain cards are not necessarily bad. Here's the deal. Life gain cards are only good if the life gain does something, or life gain is tacked on to something else, or wow, that's really powerful. And the main problem with life gain in general is, okay, let's say you play a card. It costs 4 mana. It gains you 7 life. Okay, 7 life. Great. That's 7 life you gain. Now let's say you pay 4 mana and you play creature. And that creature is able, over the course of its life, to block 7 damage. Well, you gain the same amount of life in that respect if you chump block once, or maybe you block a couple times and prevent 7 total damage. But the difference is the creature also has the option of winning you the game. The creature also has the option of swinging in for attack. It has the option of triggering abilities. It might have abilities of its own, whereas the gaining the 7 life doesn't do anything for you by itself. And of course, with the Titan, I'm gonna also have the option here. I'm gonna get this guy. Now he's gonna have to keep back to block. He has to. Gonna go up to 9 lands, 10 lands here. It that betrays is only a couple turns away. I go back up to 20. He's at 15. He's gonna have to go on the defensive. This thing still doesn't have lifelink. If this gets lifelink, I'm in trouble. He's got what, 5 lands now, 6 cards in hand. Definitely could be getting a scary enchantment any second. But he's still opening himself up with nothing to block. Don't think that's smart. I don't know what he's got. He's gonna swing. He's gonna keep swinging. All right, that's gonna tell me he has pacifism. Or it definitely tells me he doesn't have a lifelink enchantment in his hand. Because if he did, he would have dropped it, gained the life ahead of time. Okay, Mace Enchantress going on the board. I'm going to be getting 4 life next turn, by the way. Because when this thing swings, I'm getting 2 more lands. But it's not looking super good for me. Not looking super good. So first I'm going to cast Explore. Okay, let's draw an extra card first. Then I can play an extra land. Okay, it is land, so I'm going to gain a lot of life this turn. I'm going to gain 4 life from this, 4 life from Titan, 8 life. This is really good. Alright, going up there. And now swinging with the Titan. He's gonna, if I were him, I don't know if I would block or not, but doesn't matter. I don't have to make that decision. Only he has to make it. Only you can block a Titan. Smokey the Bear. That's a character they have to update. And It That Betrays is dropping next turn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back up to 19. He's got to now choose what to do. If I were him, I would leave this thing back to block. Like, I would feel like I would be leaving this thing to block. Because my ability of swinging with the Titan every turn gains me 4 life a turn. Plus deals damage to him. So unless he has life gain, unless he has something on here, I cannot get over how beautiful the card art is. This is so beautiful. It's the first Magic card I've ever seen where it took 2 artists to make. I have never seen that on a Magic card before. This is literally, I have literally never seen a Magic card that had 2 artist names on it. That's how good Angelic Destiny is. This could hurt. Gonna draw a lot of cards. Now he's got the Flyers. I don't know what he's gonna do as far as attacking goes. He could swing in for 15, but he's going to leave himself totally open, and he doesn't know. If I get Eldrazi Conscription off the top, he's going to leave back to 7/7. That's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. Very smart. Could do is next turn swing with the Titan and swing with this guy. There's no way he's going to block this guy. No way. So it's 2 free damage. Okay. I have enough mana that I can actually cast both these things, which is fucking evil. Oh, Battlefield, Stage of Life for basic land card. Okay. So this has to be before combat. No, I don't have enough for both of them. Shit. Well, I think it's fair to say that It That Betrays is the better thing here. I have no choice. I have to swing in to gain life, and then we'll see what happens. Fuck. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If he kills this thing, alright? Like if he chooses to block here, he takes the 6 damage to the face. What's going to happen is I'm only going to gain 4 life. I'm going to go up to 14. Then it's not going to be in play anymore, and I can't get extra life off of this. So I actually have to play the Farhaven Elf. I actually have to play it, which sucks. But I cannot play It That Betrays this turn. I have to give him blocking options that he doesn't like. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, I don't have a choice. Have to do it. Have to do it. And I should still probably attack with both. I have to attack with the Titan to stay alive, to gain enough life. And because I'm doing that, might as well attack with the other guys too. Although he's just going to block O2 here, let the 2 damage through there. So I'm going to attack here, Is there a point attacking with this thing? He's not going to kill it. Might as well attack with it. It can't block. Get 2 more out. I really need I really need an all as dust off the top of the deck. Now, to be fair, I got like 20 lands in play, so there's only like a couple lands left on my deck. Most of my deck, let's see how he blocks. I'm really curious to see. Okay, that's what I assumed. Okay, that's exactly how I assumed he's going to block. Okay. Oh shit, that thing's got lifelink. Fuck. I really need all his dust, or I need Eldrazi Conscription. Or both. Actually, I don't think Eldrazi Conscription would be good enough. Oh, now he's got enough to kill me. Oh, I forgot all about that. I forgot Armored Ascension. Makes him grow. Alright, game 2. It looks like it's going to be going to Square Synth. I do not have a way to block him. Don't have a way to deal with those flyers. So it's going to be coming straight to my face. I almost feel like, oh my god, I just needed a way to get this out. Get this out sooner. Jeez. Or I need to hit the tooth and nail. GG! GG! Using the voice chat for a second. I don't have an automatic voice chat because obviously that would give me away. All of my plays, all the people watching, all the people I'm playing against. One more. Let's go. I forgot that let's do. Okay. I feel like I don't speak English as a first language anymore. This is another reason, by the way, now that I mention that, I had to say this. I highly recommend, if you have a chance in your life to go to another country, like a country where no one speaks your language, I highly recommend you do it. A, because it's awesome. B, you're going to find awesome experiences, awesome food, awesome people. But the most important thing about going to another country is you will realize just how everyone who's in your country who doesn't speak your language feels. Like, it's very easy, like you're talking to someone, maybe you're going to like get some kind of ethnic food or something like that, and the person's having a hard time understanding you, you're having a hard time understanding them. You go to another country where people don't speak English, you realize, like, wait a second, everyone thinks I'm an idiot, but I'm really not an idiot. And you're trying to explain yourself, you're making stupid hand motions, you're butchering their language, you just look like a doofus, and you know you're smart, you know that you know what you're talking about, but everyone's just looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with this person? So, you know, it's a learning experience. Turn 3, Far Heavy Elf. Turn 4, Plow Under, put him back 2 turns. Jesus Christ, this card is good. This card, like when this card came out, I believe it's Urza's Legacy. You ramped into his turn 3, the game was over. Like if you pulled Plow Under, the game was over. Like what is your opponent supposed to do if you went first and on turn 3 you set them back 2 turns? It's like it's not as good as land destruction, but in a lot of ways it is, because it means that whatever they're drawing at the top of their deck isn't new answers. It's just evil. It's just absolutely evil. So that's what I'm going to do to him. Plow Under next turn. Put 2 lands on top of his library. Now, of course, he doesn't have any good enchantments. That's a really good sign for me. He did mulligan, I believe, down to 5 cards, which is pretty big because they give you what's called a Paris mulligan in this game, which wasn't in the previous Duels of Planeswalkers. Typically, when you mulligan, you start with 7 cards, then you have to go down to 6, then you have to go down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But in this game, we have what's called Paris mulligan, which is you start with 7, your first mulligan is free, which is essentially, okay, here we go. Don't really have any other plays. Might as well plow them under. Boom. Boom. 2 lands, top of your deck. Now he's not doing anything for next 2 turns. He's got like, oh, maybe next turn I'll draw a card I need. Nope, you're drawing one of the planes. It's not even just a planes. Like, no, you can hit 5 lands. Nope, you're hitting 3 lands. Get my Titan next turn. Ramp up until Eldrazi Conscription. Unfortunately, he has this. Fortunately, he's not drawing anything good. He's drawing planes. Is he going to play planes? Is he going to play it? Yep, saw that coming. He's going to swing it for 4. Taking it to the face. Eldrazi Conscription, one of the best cards in this deck. 8 mana, enchant creature gets +10/+10, has Trample Annihilator too. You could conceivably cast this on like turn 5. Turn 5, you could be swinging for like 12. It's pretty evil. Here comes the Titan. Then I really have to choose next turn. Do I want Pelakka Worm or Eldrazi Conscription? On the one side, Pelakka Worm will gain me 7 life. Immediately on the other side, Eldrazi Conscription will deal 10 extra damage and force him to sacrifice 2 permanents. And you know what's so evil about Eldrazi Conscription? It's actually better than the other Eldrazi, even though it's an enchantment. Excuse me, I just had a lot to drink tonight. The thing that's great about it is that they won't see it coming. So when you cast it, it has Annihilator 2. They're going to have to sack the 2 permanents instantly. Instantly. +10/+10. Now I wonder, do I put this on the Titan because then it has trample, so he can't chump block it, or do I put it on this guy and swing with both of them so I have two powerful attackers that he has to deal with? I feel like I want to cast it on the elf. I don't like the idea of putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm at 8 life though. He can't kill me next turn, can he? No. So I'm going to cast Eldrazi Conscription now. Jesus, I can cast Artisan of Kozilek also? I'm going to cast this now, swing in. Let's see, most he could do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could conceivably kill me next turn if I don't cast Palaka Worm. It's really risky. It is really risky. He's got 0 cards in hand. He would have to top deck something though. However, if he top decks any enchantment whatsoever, I lose next turn. If I cast Eldrazi Conscription, he sacks 2 lands or something like that. So, unfortunately, I feel like I cannot cast it this turn. I'm going to go Palaka Worm. But first I'm going to swing in with my 6/6. See what happens. And I'll keep Artisan of Kozilek around in case I need to resurrect some dudes. Really cool. 9 for 10/9 Annihilator 2. Get my 2 lands into play. I would really like to have one of those Gladeheart, Oakheart, Gladeheart. Super. He's going to just take it to the face. Of course he will. Of course. That's what I would do. He's in top deck mode though, so I'm not too afraid. I have 3 cards in hand. They're all really good. I have the mana to cast them. I'm going to gain 7 life. Going back up to 15. This thing can tap my creatures. This thing is an unkillable angel. 3/3 doesn't take combat damage. He just got a land. Alright, he's got 5 land. He's got nothing else. He's got to keep back blockers. And this is the power of Eldrazi Conscription, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna drop it on this thing. So I'm going to be swinging with 11/11, a 6/6, and a 7/7. Now, why would he swing with this? If I were him, I'd keep Seraph of the Sword back because he can block anything that he wants and not take any combat damage. Okay, so I'm going to take a certain number of damage here. I could chump there. Doesn't really help me out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take 7. Now if I put Eldrazi Conscription, he'll be forced. He'll have to block a creature. He will lose this thing. He will sack 2 other permanents. Oh my god, that's evil. Can he deal 8 damage to me next turn? 1. Not if he sacks 2 permanents, he can't. Okay. Because if he sacrifices 2 permanents, here's the deal. If he sacks 2 creatures, then he's not going to have enough damage to deal to me to be brutal. If he sacks 2 lands, he will not have, even if he top decks that Plains thing, he won't have enough mana to cast it. If he sacks a permanent in a land, I guess he could get it. He could top deck into it. But I really would like to give him a hard decision to make this turn. I can cast Palaka Worm next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's too risky. It is still too risky. It is still too risky to cast it. Jeez, I cannot believe it's still too risky. I can't do it. I cannot in good conscience do it. I do, and I'm going to leave this guy back to chump block, and I have a Palaka Worm to chump block. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm not going to throw my game away on a gamble like that. If he top decks, if he makes a good decision and gets a good top deck, then I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, he's going down to 3. Okay, and here we go. Palaka Worm. Palaka Worm. Do 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 do. Palaka Worm. Do 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 do. This guy feels like to me like he is a fair version of Thragtusk. Like he does a similar thing. You got card advantage. You have this creature gains you life. Instead of making a token, he draws a card. But he's more fairly costed at the higher end of the curve. Now he's got to make hard decisions. Now he has to make hard decisions because he's at 3 and I'm at 15. And what he doesn't know is he thinks he's got 3 ugly Mamma Jammas coming at him next turn. He's got 4. Farhaven Elf with the classiness, does not have cleavage revealing. I really like the art on this. And Brandon Kutuski, he's brave. He's going to swing for 2. 2 damage to him. Is that important? I don't know what he's got in his hand. I do not know what he's got in his hand. But whatever he has, it is not Eldrazi Conscription. It is not Eldrazi Conscription. So I'm trying to think if he has anything in his hand that just is absolutely bonkers to the point that I should be afraid. I should be afraid. So let's see what he's got. Let's see what he's got. Annihilator 2, sack 2 permanents. Let's see, he's getting rid of the lands without any. He loses 2 lands. I gain 2 lands. It feels almost vampiric and parasitic. What has he got? What has he got? I don't know. He's got the blocks. Hey man. Hey man. GG. Nice playing you. Watch it at youtube.com/wingspantt. Alright. Hey everyone, I'm Wingspan TT. I am the fourth best commentator on YouTube, as you well know for now. This has been a pleasure playing with Chantamal Daya against the Mage of Jade. Oh, Johnny. Wait a second. Did he drop from the game? I didn't even notice. I was even playing a real person the whole time. I'm disappointed. Oh well, still fun. See you next time. Cheers.